I already told you that the how we created the dynamic URL. Let's see how we generate that dynamic URL. There is a tool section of the auto layout, and second one is a freeform. If you select on the freeform, there is a toolbox. There inside of the toolbox there is a element. In element there is a three section: internally, interaction, whatever the screen have the interact, and second one is the logic, and third one is the data. I already told you that the inside of data we required an objects, and but we change it to auto layout. They automatically lay out the things. So, and inside of the manager there you can create the new resources may be a variable or a variable elements, whatever the things that is the inside of the new record. So let's say what the things have. So initially for flow started for created the first screen for the taking the inputs, how the first screen should be look like. So when you select the screen, when you click here and select the screen interaction, and select the screen, then it look like this. The first thing is this one, and the rest of the part is not this two text area is not visible, and here is the some another text is visible. So first is the create lead record. Now whatever the layout label do you want to give, so that give here create lead record. Then uh, then API name is or auto pop-up, or description whatever you want to give the this screen you can give here. Stage, select the uh, there is a two thing: configure header. For example this configure header will handle the all header part of screen, and there is a footer, configure footer handle the all parts of the screen. So if you want to hide the header part, then you can uncheck this box, show header, uncheck this box. If you provide the help text, how this help text shown, the point this little I text is a help text. If you provide it here, then you can give in the header, otherwise you can leave. So inside of header there is a two things: one of the which is this required header, does required has a header or not, or if do you want to provide the help text or not. And then there is a footer section. Inside of the footer section, if I take in the another screen, if I take the another screen, you will be find that the footer should be look like as a what kind of the they look like as a they look pause button, previous or finish button, not. If you want to hide the footer, then you can click here, but I want to visible, that's why I'm not unchecking. Do you want a next or finish button? Yes, I if you want to in finish button, then you can you use the first and second one is for the labeling. For example here is finish is written, but you if you want to write the something else, for example submit, then you can make it here. And the sim do or previous, do you want to want previous button? If you are not required, then you can hide, or the pause button is not required, you can make it hide. This things this way. Pause button, pause confirmation message, user standard or the custom message. Pause what do when someone is pause here, then what should be the message should be disable, that can be shown here. In this way you can be interact with, I interact with the first screen, understand what is the screen component. Then I added the two component inside of the screen. Which one is that? The first is the text, and the second one is the text. I am explaining the all field of the text, and similarly for the another. First is the label, whatever the name gave want to the. For example here is lead name, that's why I give the name at the lead name. API name is auto fetches, and its field is required. field is required because if I talk about the during the lead record creation, there is a two things is required. One of the name, and another is first of the last name, and second one is the company name. That's why I put it required. Lead name is required. Do you want to this field is read only? That means no one can be write here. So if you want to read only, then make it true, otherwise make it false. Disable, if you want to field enable or disable, then you can be write here true or false, or any by default value do you want to put here, you can put that value from here. There is a three things, as earlier we have discussed, that the set component visibility, validation rule, or provide help text. Provide help text, whatever the this icon is, little I icon is, provide the help text. For example, I have the written the write your full name. This is the help text will visible when someone is click on here. Understand the what is the validation, validate input. If input should be any format, then you can write down the input should be this format. This is validate the inputs, whatever the user give the inputs. And set component visibility, set component visibility, that this field is visible always, always, or specific meet all meet a specific condition, or any of the one condition are meted, or customized condition you can be add on this field visibility. We definitely give perform the another task in which we set the set component visibility also, learn from there. Then understand the what are the first screen is when you save this and you can you run this flow, then the screen should be visible. A screen will visible which should take the inputs, uh, which take the inputs. For example, if I give the example of, so this screen should be visible. Let's say name, give the Pawan, and company name is Samsung. If I click here the create record, then this screen should not be visible. They only the fetch get the record, but record does not created in the data set. If you will find here where in the lead section, you doesn't find the have record as created. For the creation of the record, you must be require a in you must require a create record interaction. Inside of the interaction, that the data, if you want to create the data, then you can be add on the create record. Then after creating record, there is a visibility, that label whatever you want to interacting inserting record hona, inserting record and inserting record. How to set field value, how you want to set the field value. So I want to set the field value, whatever the field value is taken from the screen, or screen, that field value I want to set. There is a two option. One of the manually, that means what the screen field value is came, and that is assigned by your manually. Look here, I manually assign the company field should be look like this, and this things is manually. And otherwise, from the record value, use the existing record to give the value of the field. So I select the manually, because and when you want to insert any value inside the object, you should definitely tell that the what is the object. So I select the object as a lead here, and after lead, there is a two things, two two things are required. One is a company, and the second one is a last name. This is automatically fetches. And when I click here, so first of all, I how I feel is this, I go to the screen section, because whatever the input is received from the screen, and I click a screen section, and this is the company name, that's why I select the company name here. And similarly for this also, I initially jump to the screen thing, and then this is a lead name, and this is main important things is here. There is a manual assignment variable in advance. Understand one thing, that when any record is inserted inside the object, or when any record is inserted or put it inside the object, then a special id is created. That special id is stored is in created record. How to retrieve that retrieve id, you have to click here manual assignment and variable in advance. So when you check mark in this, when you check on this checkbox, then this is where you store lead id in variable. Then definitely you have to create if you have to create the new resource. Inside of new resource, you have to create a variable of the text type. What is the type? Should be it text type available for the input, and default value is nothing given here, and they will be store the lead. Then after the variable has created, then that id that lead id value is stored in the this variable. Then through this id we fetch in the last screen. So what is in the last screen? If you if there is only the two component, what are the component? One of the create lead record, one is screen or create record. Then record should be entered in the database, but it not will be the visible in the screen. That's why we need fetching for the url. I need a last screen. Inside of the last screen, same thing is same thing. Create this is a label, create record label, whatever you want to give the label to it. And here I drop the component is the display. What display text I drag from here to here, and inside of the display text there is a API name, whatever I do you want to put, and what do you want to display. For example, I want to display the url thing. I type the url, and you can type any of the things, but and select it, and after selecting it, navigate to this one. And after navigation navigated to this one, I want to look here. If look here, if I click here inside the url section, then after clicking I put it the link url. This is the text and this is the url. How I get this url? If I talk about any lead, this is a hello, then this is url has generated, but I put that url here. You will find that the url are the same, but this is a special id. Whatever the hello record have, this is a special id for this for this record. I copy all this url and just paste with url and save. And for the fetching of the dynamic url, I click to the insert, and inside of the insert a variable, simple variable, a variable is created, lead id. What the lead id is stored? Recent recorded recent record id is stored in the lead id. I put it between the view and here. You will see here where I put it is between the lead and view. I put this dynamic variable, and through which it's become the dynamic url. Then this is flow has completed. Then save and run. Yeah, but after running of this this url in the last, this url will be visible. If I click on it, then I will be see the record or lead record which I recently created. For example, I created the Pawan and its company is Samsung. Whatever the things I have the created, that is visible here. Now, then understand that this all the things. And then how I added this screen flow into the if you go here, crosses, there is a lead record is visible on the inside of the lead page. So I save the flow, and then activate the flow. And after saving the flow, I have activated the flow. And after activating of the flow, I jump here and select the edit page. Where is the edit page? This option is I selected. Inside of the edit page, there is a two things. One of the standard and second one is standard. 56 things, and the custom, whatever the custom and custom managed, the three things are the totally. So custom managed, there is nothing. I inside whatever you component created through LWC, that is visible in the custom. For example, a hello world and the template custom is created by me, that is visible in the custom. And standard, whatever the standard, I select the flow from the here, mm, flow, and I drag and drop here. After give dropping here, I give the label and API name. After dragging it from here, I give the sorry, this is I search. After activating that flow is visible here, I select him, or whatever. Yeah, you have the selected the lead ID can be passed the record ID into the variable. So if you check the checkbox, the external value can be needed, so you can be put it here. Otherwise pass record ID into the variable. If you want to pass any record ID into the variable, can be give from here. Otherwise layout, how the layout should be visible. One layout is, it should be visible one layout, that's why it's showing is set component visibility. If you want to set any component visibility, then add the filter for the filtering. There is nothing such inside of the set component visibility inside of the flow. And then save and activate. When you activating it, if when you click to activate, uh, there is a app default, and inside of the app virtual assign the app assign app. I selected the sales app, but you can select any of one app and just save and close. The from this way you will be put pu- you will be putting the lightning flow inside of the page.